Hello my friends and welcome back. Today I am sharing with you guys my top favorite blushes of 2023. Now this year has really been the blush year. We've had a lot of releases, a lot of new formulas, and some of those have become my favorite. Now in some of my other top 5 of 2023 video series, there's some debate about, oh, you should include all-time favorite, or some people are like, no, we just want to see the 2023 because it's like a year roundup, and I'm leaning towards that because I will do like all-time favorite blushes, but I think the series is focused of the year 2023 and what I've been testing out, the best releases. It's kind of like a roundup of the year 2023, so I'm focusing more on that in these videos, but I will make sure to do like my all-time favorite 3 in 3 category. 3 in each category. I thought that sounded a little bit off. However, in this video, I will kind of mention a couple other blushes that I've really been enjoying, but were not released in 2023. Okay. Let's get started. In number 5 comes these Merit blushes. Now, these are not new formula, but they repackaged them, and these colors are released this year. And really, I love these colors the most out of all the colors that they came out with. Here we have Fox right here, which is this beautiful warmer terracotta color, and then Stockholm has been my like summer blush. It's this baby pink. The formula is quite sheer, so the reason I really like these and the formula, the colors, is that whenever I want to wear more minimal makeup but still have a pop of color, these blushes are perfect. They have a transparency in them. As you can see, when I blend them out, there is a transparency to them, yet the color, the pigment is still there. It has a radiance to the skin because they're quite emollient. And I think these two colors really have made me reach for these Merit blushes over and over throughout the year. I think during spring, summertime, I've reached for them a lot. And again, these colors, it's the colors that make it right now for me. And that's why they had to go in my top 5 because I've been reaching for them a lot. I love the minimal aspect to them. I don't think these are for everybody though. So if you have a really oily skin, I don't think you're gonna like them. If you are more into that barely there makeup, minimal, but you like a little bit of blush and you like that glowiness, these are fabulous. And honestly, these colors have more pigment than some of their other ones. I feel like the pigment stays throughout the day much better than their other colors. So to me, these are really amazing, kind of unique formula. You can definitely swipe them on your cheek, but most of the time I will take a brush and use my brush to pick up the product from the tube and then go on my cheeks. It really depends how hurried I am that morning. Number 4, an amazing release this year, have been these Danessa Myricks blushes. These are their Yummy Skin blushes. I have here the color Rose and Brunch and Jubilee. The color that I used for you guys in the makeup application is the color Jubilee, which is more of that orangey shade. Now, what made these blushes so unique is the formula. The formula is a cream, but once it's applied on the cheek, it kind of becomes almost a velvety, powdery. It sets down. They last all day long. These are so long lasting. The Merit ones don't last that long. For me, I would say 5 hours the Merit will last, but these will last all day long. I also really like these on the lips. Now, the thing that's so unique about this is the formula. It is a cream, but when you touch it, it kind of feels a little bit like Makeup by Mario Enhancer Skin. These are a little thicker than that, so it's kind of touching cold butter, maybe just a little bit thicker than that. But the way they blend into the skin, the longevity, the blur that it has on the cheeks is just magical. So I've been testing these out one after the other when I did the inserts, and I love doing that because then I can really tell how the blushes compare to each other because I test them one after the other. And whenever I put this one on, it was just So fascinating how smooth they go on the skin, how velvety the cheek looks, and I really like these, like I mentioned, on the lips. So Danessa Myricks just did amazing with this release this year. The colors are all a little bit vibrant. The most neutral ones are the Rosy and Brunch and Jubilee. And Rosy and Brunch is a beautiful kind of rosy shade. I can use this daily and I would be perfectly fine, but I would love to see a little bit more nude colors. But I know that these colors will be amazing if you have deeper skin tone. There's some more pigmented one that will really show up. So amazing release, amazing formula. I know I haven't talked on my channel that much about them just because we've had so many new releases, but these are ones that I reach for over and over again, and I find the formula very unique and reliable. Ranking at number 3 are the new Givenchy Prisme Libre blushes. These are the loose blushes. I think these were released in 2022 in different countries, but in US we got them this year. And I picked up here 2 shades, 4 and 1. The swatches will not do it justice, okay? They're very light, very sheer, but once you put these on the cheeks, wow, I think they are so incredible. The formula of the powder reminds me of their actual loose under eye setting powder. It's that blurring effect, yet these have the slightest sheen to them. They're not matte, but they're not glowy either. But it's just so smooth that it almost looks reflective. In the demo, I am showing you the shade 4, and this is my favorite. It's just a warmer shade, and I can build it up to be pretty strong, and then I can kind of calm it down. So I just find this shade super versatile. I love it for fall, winter. Shade 1 is beautiful as well. It kind of swatches a little bit more cool tone on me, kind of pulls neutral. It doesn't pull that baby pink, but most cool tone blushes don't pull cool on me. They definitely want to pull warm, but still a beautiful shade. The shade 1 is one that I kind of can reach with any look. It's not too cool tone. It's not too bright. It's just a good everyday blush. But for me personally, shade 4 is more unique, more fun, and very blurring on the skin with a slight radiance to it. The packaging, you know, I was afraid that I would absolutely hate the packaging, but I don't. I keep the little puff inside right there. And so I don't have extra product here because it's just getting caught by the puff. And then I just kind of do a couple taps in here in the cap and I work off of the cap. So I personally have not had any issues with them. The one thing that I don't like is the square packaging with the circle because it never gets, there you go, in the first time, right? Like somehow I just don't like the lid, but the actual loose powder, it doesn't bother me. I thought it would. I thought I would not reach for them because of that, but I actually reach for them quite a lot. Another thing that I don't like about the packaging is that they're quite fat and it's kind of hard to store them. They take a lot of space. I wish they were skinnier, even if they were longer, if they were skinnier, but I still keep them right here the whole year. Since I've tried them, I've kept them here because I like them so much. Moving on to number 2, and this was a release that I was surprised by and I absolutely loved it. These are the new blushes from Chanel from the Blush Harmony release. I never know the names of this, okay? So please bear with me. I'll just show you how it looks like and put it in the description box, but I don't know their names. So here are the blushes. I think this was a fall release, yet it came out during summertime, I think. You know, they bring out like fall releases or holiday releases in August. Okay, that doesn't put me in the spirit. But these really stole my heart. I almost skipped on them, but I thought the colors were very unique, interesting, and I bit the bullet. These are not cheap. So we have $7.97, the coral one, and then $7.98, the mauve one. I love both of them, but the mauve one is the most unique blush almost in my collection. I love the tone of this. It looks very dark and kind of burgundy, deep with a little bit of brown, a little bit of mauve in it. But on the cheek, it is that beautiful mauvey, slightly cool tone that has a slight radiance to it. Again, there's no shimmer in these. These are very, very smooth. Yet on the cheek, they give this soft blur effect, kind of like the Givenchy, similar idea on the cheek, but this color right here to me is extremely unique. I think it is probably my favorite of blush from Chanel. I don't own a lot of them, but I've tried quite a few, and this one is top notch. I would go and repurchase again and again, but I have not been able to find them. So I don't know if they're discontinued or it's just sold out and they're waiting to bring them back. I don't know what's happening with these. If you have a local boutique like Chanel Boutique, maybe they have it in stock because I couldn't find them online. But both beautiful shades, a beautiful formula. But again, the mauve I think is just so unique and it definitely made it to number 2. I've used them a lot. It's not just the formula that I'm looking for in the colors. I need to be able to use them throughout the year for them to become my top 5, right? So the fact that I was reaching for this over and over again this year just speaks a volume of just the quality and how much I enjoy them. Now, the number 1 release in blushes has to go to Makeup by Mario cream blushes. These are called Soft Pop Plumping Blush Veil. I have here 5 colors and I love them all. The one I showed you in the swatch is the Barely Blushing, the Rose Crush. I would say out of all of them, the Rose Crush is my favorite because I've been reaching for it the most. It is one that works with anything. Somehow it works really well with my skin tone. I was sure I would love the peach or the like bright pink one, but this Rose Crush is the one I reach for the most this year. I love them all. Okay, don't get me wrong. The perfect pink blush color, it is so beautiful, but this is the one that I've used the most. Now, when it comes to the formula, this is similar to the skin enhancers, pretty much the exact same thing with pigment on it. The pigment is more intense in the skin enhancer. I find that I can get quite a lot of brightness and color with this, more than I expected. Now, when you touch it, the formula is very similar to the Danessa Myricks. However, the Danessa Myricks is thicker in texture. The Makeup by Mario is thinner and glowier. The Danessa Myricks becomes kind of matte powdery on the skin. This stays that beautiful radiant finish. And again, like I mentioned, it is thicker. I'm just comparing them because when you touch them, it has the same kind of feel to it. Touching cold butter is the only way I know how to explain this. These aren't just beautiful on the cheek. I don't just love the colors. The application's top notch. But these last on me. These last on me so long. I was shocked that these creamy, glowy goodness last on me almost all day. Now, I've heard some people say that it doesn't last that long on them, but I'm just telling you my personal experience with them. They last on me so well. I don't know how they do it. And they're not sticky to where like your hair would get caught in them, but there's still a little bit of that glowiness. Let me put it on so I can explain it a little bit better. Because look how bright that is. I'm telling you, these have pigment. Okay, I way over applied. I'll try to blend that out. So they do have that emolliency to them, but they don't stay sticky and tacky. There's always gonna be a little bit of that glow in them without it getting into your hair or moving around. I don't know how they did it. Again, I don't know how they did it because to me, this is like my favorite new formula, probably my all-time favorite blush formula, mainly because it's cream. I'm a cream lover. Wow, my blush is just popping. Let's try to blend that out. I already had a lot of blush under this because I tried a ton of different blushes and tried to do some inserts for you guys. And you know, I just kind of try to match my makeup at the end. We're just gonna have to be nice and blushy. It fits the video vibe. But look at that finish right here. That is just such a beautiful glow and soft. I love these so much. So without a doubt, this is the best new release in 2023 when it comes to blushes, in my opinion. Now I have here 3 other blushes that I want to mention, and I'll tell you why I didn't add them in the top 5. First is this Gucci in the color Intense Plum. Now I know this color was released this year, but the formula is not new, the packaging is not new, so I kind of wanted to include it here just as a color that I absolutely love this year and discovered. But again, I have I think 4 or 5 other Gucci blushes. So you guys know I love this formula. It's not a new formula, but this color is worth a mention because it is so stunning. I know the color name is Intense Plum, but to me, this is like a beautiful, like a watermelon color. I think it is so beautiful, worth a mention, a color that I've discovered this year, and I think it was released this year, and it is absolutely stunning. I just didn't know if I wanted to include it in like new releases or just blushes that I absolutely love this year. So this is one that I wanted to mention. Incredible. Also, the new Dior blushes. I know these have been formulated, but to be honest, these wouldn't have made it in my top 5. Either way. This is like a special mention because of this color right here, the cherry. I have applied it for you guys and it is so intense. When I applied it, I way overdid it, but I think it's good on camera so you can pick up just how beautiful the color is. Now, I adore this color. The reason it's not in my top 5 is that I don't love the formula as much as the other ones. I don't think the formula is out of this world. I think the colors are beautiful and, you know, they last long, but I don't think they're the most smooth formula of blushes. You know, it's fine, but the colors are beautiful. The cherry is my favorite. I do have rosewood here, which is nice, but the cherry really kind of stole my heart this year. I've worn it a lot during the summertime, and I think it's just worth a special mention because it's that stunning. Again, the formula is a little drier. I have to blend this in a little bit more than the other one. So I wouldn't say it's my favorite formula, but colors, 10 out of 10. And then the last blush formula that I want to mention are the Valentino blushes. This I've discovered in 2023, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. They have not been released this year. They were released last year, but I just tried them this year. This is the shade 2. However, my favorite shade is shade 4 right here. This formula is my favorite powder formula. If I were to pick a one all-time favorite formula, it would have to go to Makeup by Mario one because I tend to like creams over powders. But if I had to pick one powder formula, it's these. I love the formula, the colors, the way they apply, the way they give that luminosity to the cheek. There is something so special, in my opinion, in this formula. When you touch it, you almost are questioning if this is cream or powder. It's that smooth, extremely silky, very blendable. Like I mentioned, it has this healthy glow to your cheeks and the colors are very unique. I have swatched quite a few other shades in store when I was in New York, and I picked up the shade 4 because I thought it was the most me. But there were so many different shades that I thought they were very unique and innovative. Don't love the packaging, you know, it's bulky. I don't love red packaging in general, and it just doesn't feel super luxurious to me. But I couldn't care less if this came in the ugliest plastic component. As long as the formula is this good, I would pay the money for it, okay? I know a lot of people like the packaging, and I'm kind of like the random one out, but that's just my personal taste. However, such a good formula, guys. It's definitely worth the hype. I want to try their bronzer, but it's been out of stock for forever. I don't know if they're ever going to bring that back because I want to try it. If it's like this good, I bet it would be an incredible bronzer. All right, guys, so those are my thoughts on the 2023 releases and things I've tried and loved in the category of blushes. You know, when I was picking all of these out, I had so many blushes that released in 2023, and it was actually surprisingly easy for me to pick the ones that I like because they're right here. Like, I really like the RMS blushes as well, but I haven't found a color that I truly love. I have 3 colors here, but none of them are like my top favorite. I probably didn't pick the right one. Maybe Maiden's blush or something like that would have been a better fit for me. These are pretty colors, but they're just not, you know, they didn't make it in my 2023 favorites. So that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and make sure you subscribe down below. That way you can kind of keep up with the series, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.